Alrighty, so good morning. Another Tuesday. It's incredible how fast time flies. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's just me with the baby or if it's with you guys as well. How do you guys feel about, time?
Gone by,
Super
doesn't it? So quickly.
Yeah, for you
super
too?
fast. Yeah.
Yeah, for you too, Daniel and Mariam. Okay, cool. Let me check the chat. Okay. So fast for Rob as well. Okay, cool. But did you know that we can actually control time? We can stretch it or we can make it shorter depending on what we need. Like, for example, if we need to catch a train and we can stretch it so that we have more time. But the good thing about time seemingly flying fast is that mostly means that we're happy and so much is going on that we're excited about, because it's when something is dragging, energy dragging, that's when it feels like, oh my god, it takes forever. So it's a good sign. Okay, and you know what, one more thing. Bajar said that, so for example, if we do something that we really really love, like dancing, and it feels like 4 hours has only been 30 minutes, he says that we've only aged 30 minutes. So that's pretty cool too. Okay, so questions, comments, and observations for this week. We've got Christine. She's got a win. Oh, unfortunately, she's not here yet. And Banny has a win, and he's not here yet too. He said he'll be coming on like 10 minutes after. So let's just make them talk about their wins when they're on. Okay, so Dan had a question. What are some of your favorite affirmations that you currently use, and why do you like them? Okay, so Dan, I am constantly aware, or thinking about what is going on in my life right now, like in every now. And then I ask myself, do I like this right now? Or is there something that I like to improve about it? So I always make a list, and I have an Excel sheet that says, for example, I have this Excel sheet about wealth, I have Excel sheet about my body, I have an Excel sheet about like my TIR clients, for example, of what I want to accomplish, like saying that these are the kinds of people I attract, and these are the kinds of results that they get. And I just write them one after the other, and print it out, and then check it that I read it for that day. I mean, right now I cannot really read a lot of those because I'm just so busy doing what I'm doing with Elisa. But I just check it off so that I see these results at least once a day. But the ones that I'm writing out, so I have two notebooks here, as you can see, and I started with 1,000 and going backwards. So from 1,999 to go, and then 998 to go. I don't start with one because it feels like it's such a stretch to 1,000. I go backwards because it feels like, ooh, it's getting less and less and less. I'm accomplishing more and more and more. So my two affirmations that are important to me right now and have been for quite some time are these two. So I simply hold the vision of my desires steady and so I put let in big, bold letters, okay? And let the power of attraction find its own ways and means to me. So I'm really utilizing the law of attraction to remind myself that I don't need to know the how, it'll be revealed to me. I'm a winner. I attract only winners. I love my life. So I have noticed that, when I attract only winners into my life is just amazing. But then Guy changed his a little bit to, I attract only like-minded winners. And I'm going to take this over, by the way, Guy, because I have also noticed that even though I attract winners, they do not necessarily think the way that I do. So it's not as nice as when we put the word just the way Guy did it. I attract only like-minded winners. So I love my life. So yeah, this is one of the affirmations that I do. It is this notebook on the left. Okay. And the other affirmation that I do is, my mind is a center of divine operation, and divine operation means expansion into something greater than has gone before. The best of everything that I desire is mine. So this is inspired by Troward, because he talks about every mind is a center of divine operation. So my mind, Your mind, Mariam's, yours, Dan's, everybody on this call, everybody on this planet actually, is a center of divine operations. So everything evolves around that mind. We get to create, and we are the center of that divine operation, of that world. Okay. So this means expansion into something greater than has gone before. So it doesn't matter where we are, we can always expand to something greater. And I'm telling you, this, well, from my experience, okay, this affirmation is so difficult to write, in the sense that when I write 3 of them, I mean, it takes me forever to write 3 of them because it feels so uncomfortable. And by the time I've written 5 of them, I get so uncomfortable that I shake from the inside out, because my programming wants to keep me where I am and not do something greater than has gone before. You know, we're always being tried to be dragged back by the paradigm into our comfort zone. So really, I was really, I'm blown away of how a simple affirmation like this, written down, when we write it down, it causes chaos in our body. That's how strong the paradigm is. So I added the sentence, the best of everything that I desire is mine. It was important to me that I put the best of everything I desire, because not everything that's the best is what I desire. So it's really about what I desire. So I added, the best of everything that I desire is mine. It's really mine to have. And I choose the word everything, because what I mean by that is all areas of my life, not just one. Because I thought, if I keep on writing an affirmation about just financial, I'm okay, fine. I'm fine. I'm focused on the financial. But, when I was 14, it was already so apparent to me that what I wanted to be is the best mother I could be, and the financial side is just a part of that I can be the best mother that I can be if I have the means to, give my children what they need, like everything for their soccer games or horseback riding, whatever. Yeah. So Dan, are you happy with the answer? Do you have any other questions in regards to my affirmations?
Yeah, I love the answers. It's amazing. Thank you so much. And my follow-up question would be, what do you mean when you say you write an affirmation 3 to 5 times? Are you writing 3 different affirmations, and by the time you get to the fifth one, your body is shaking a little bit? I can relate to the shaking aspect from previous experiences in my life as I'm changing the thoughts that are part of my paradigm, and it literally does cause that shift. But I'm wondering, are you writing the same affirmation over and over, or do you write different affirmations?
It's the same over and over when it comes to these two. So I really, actually, the right notebook, the one with the, I think a peacock, you call that in English. That's the
Yeah.
second. Yeah, that's the second. That's the second one. The my mind is the center of divine operation, and that's already my second notebook. So I've had 1,000 with the same affirmation already, and this is my second notebook. And you know what? I should actually write down all the changes that it has caused within me, because I remember thinking before that, oh, I'd love to fly business class, and business class is a lot more expensive than just economy. And my paradigm would tell me, oh my goodness, like, why spend so much money on business class if you can get the same flight on economy class, right? And because of this affirmation, I've been constantly growing into, oh my God, really? That's all it costs? So seriously, and it's not just about money. It's really, well, actually, you know what? Let's check if Christine is on, because I love her win. No, unfortunately not. But you know what? Let me tell you guys what her win was. So her win, she was born into a family that has had a travel agency for many, many, many years. Okay, so she's programmed to be in this industry. And one of the biggest sellers that we do for the Philippines is diving. And the day before she went diving, which was, I don't know, 3 days ago or something, she talked to me and she said, oh my God, she's so excited about this. And she's so hitting the terror barrier about it, going diving. it's when we're changing, it's not just about, oh, we manifested the big house and stuff. When she started TIR, I remember I told her about TIR on a November, and I think she started some in January or something like that. It took her a little bit, but when she came back to me, the words that she said, and I really remember, is that, Hildy, I'm ready to astonish myself. Like, I want to know what I am capable of doing that, I don't know I'm capable of. So she really overcame this fear of going diving, and look at what she attracted. I mean, that must be amazing. I haven't I haven't done it myself, and I want to do it as well. But I've heard from many divers that there's such a peacefulness, such a calmness. You have a transformational. It's like it's an emotional impact when you go diving. And wow, this is amazing what she's attracted. So, um, I wish she was here to tell you about it, but it's just really amazing at what we can do when we astonish ourselves at what we are capable of doing. And when I told her today, are you okay to share your win? She wrote back to me on WhatsApp saying, which one was it again? Because she's been having so many, like one after the other. And so let's talk about lesson number 3, okay? I specifically did this lesson around paradigms to make us understand more the power of the paradigm. Okay, wait, let me check if Banny's on. Hey, Banny, you're on. You've got a win too. Share it with us. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, it took me a while to unmute. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I'll share you a quick story. As I think most of you know, part-time with Universal Music in Berlin, and I love music. I love being there, and I learned so much there, and that's why I love working there, of course. And on last Thursday, my boss, which is like a mentor for me, and I really have such great relationships there with all the people, he said, Bernie, I'm now going to do something that I've never done before. And then he handed me like a red envelope, and then I received a bonus payment for my extraordinary service.
Oh, you cut out.
Sorry?
You cut out for your extraordinary service, and then you cut out. Oh, let me check. Oh, he cut out completely. Okay. Isn't that amazing? So we were talking about that, and he was saying, because we were talking about, if you want to earn more, you have to become more, and you have to do more than you're being paid for. And if you do more than you're being paid for, it's just law that you're going to get more. It's just the way it is. Whatever you put out, you get back. And so that was really amazing as well. So it's nice to watch the manifestations of the teachings that we're applying. So, okay, let's continue to your infinite mind. Yarek had an incredible win as well, but he can't make it on the call today. So I'll just leave him to tell us the story next week. Okay, so you will learn that it is your collection of habits on a subconscious level that are holding you back from making the changes you want in your life. Number 2, that paying attention and taking action around the collection of negative habits and changing them into positive ones is what will change your life for the better. And number 3, there is a repeatable formula that can be used to change any current result you are unhappy with in your life today. So we are genetically programmed, and because we think in pictures, I always like using pictures with what Bob is saying in the videos or in the participants guide. So here it is very evident. You can see we often look the way our parents looked, or somebody in the family. And we're also environmentally programmed, as you can see here. And I see that it's very, very evident with Natalie in my case, the way she moves and the way she thinks. And I used to love to wear tops that would show my stomach, and she's totally doing that, sometimes even in winter. It's so funny. And so we can see that we are environmentally programmed. And just for fun, I put together cultural paradigms because it's fun just to learn about how others think. So in Thailand, the head is considered a sacred part of the body. Therefore, one cannot touch someone's head. Or a fork is used only to put food into a spoon. The fork itself isn't put in the mouth. Many Thais don't know how to cook. Not every house has a kitchen. So in Italy, for example, if you order a cappuccino in the evening, they'll look at you like you're crazy. And never add ketchup to pasta or cut it. To be late for an Italian is the norm. No one here is in a hurry. I mean, these paradigms are also important to understand when we're doing business with them. Okay, so Dominican Republic. If a Dominican wants to ask something again, they move their nose as if they're going to sneeze. I thought this was funny because I've never heard that before. Everyone's very religious here. So inscriptions like "Jesus taught me to drive" is the norm. In the Dominican Republic, it's normal if people walk with their hair curlers still in. Now in Japan, here people wash in one bath in turn without changing the water. Yet before that, you must take a shower. Now, okay, that's weird. I can really feel the resistance of my paradigm. They pay a bill before they start a meal. It's typical to munch when eating udon noodles, as this is the only way you can fully enjoy the taste. And that's so funny because I know people who hate it when other people slurp. Okay, so in Japan, there are no trash cans in the street. They have to carry trash all the way home. I would love to know why that is the case. But anyway, so Portugal. If you add salt to your dish, it means you don't like it. Dan, I just had to think about you and Lisa, that you said your wife, to her paradigm is you can only use salt and pepper as an add-on on the table and not your, what was that, ranch sauce?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so never compare the Portuguese with the Spanish. They get offended. And people here have an early dinner, and at 9:30 p.m. many restaurants are already closed. And in Egypt, the left hand is associated with evil, so take and give everything with your right hand. In Egypt, it's normal to hug and kiss in public, but only if you're the same sex. And the hand is a jinx blocking sign. Don't wave your hands during a conversation. Okay, so the paradigm is what controls the behavior. And the behavior,
Hildy,
yeah.
can we ask what the German paradigms are? I'd like to know the typical German paradigms. I need to learn.
That's a really good question. Who do we have here? Do we have Danny back on? Because Gabriella can't make it. So, Danny's on too. Danny, tell us about German paradigms. We're punctual, aren't we?
German paradigms. German,
Rob says,
I don't know how to say Germans. They usually eat lunch really early at 1 o'clock. And in the afternoon they have like their coffee and cake.
It's true. We have our cake. The English have their tea, right? They have
their tea, right?
That's why.
And in Germany they have their coffee and the cake.
Yeah. What else is a German paradigm? We're punctual, right?
What?
We're punctual. And we talk about the Sonntagsbraten. So
yeah, exactly. On Sunday they made like big meat with sauce and potatoes and
Sunday
carrots
roast.
and
yes, Sunday roast. So the thing is, the reason why we've got that is because of the war. I mean, everything was so scarce, and it was just on Sunday that they made a feast. And for some reason, I mean, it has been passed on from generation to generation as a paradigm, right? And just like what we saw with the monkeys last time, we don't even know why some paradigms still exist because we were never there when they started.
Do you know what? It's interesting. Yeah. Interesting because in New Zealand and England, Sunday roasts are quite common.
So
Very,
does that
very, very
mean
common. It's like a family day.
it's a okay? So does that mean that you usually eat like vegetables and stuff during the week and just have that Sunday roast? Is that Sunday roast special?
It usually is. It's usually a family day, and I guess people probably have it after church if they're religious.
Mm.
I don't know what do they do in America, Dan? Is that quite common on Sundays to have a roast on a Sunday?
Sundays are often family get-together days for sure.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You know what? Let me see if I can post Filipino paradigms because they're pretty cool.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll post that on our Facebook group. Okay. All right. So let me just continue. Okay, this is really important to understand. Okay, if there's something that you're going to take with you from this webinar, let it be this. This is really a black and white deal. It does not matter how hard you work or how many hours you put in, even if that's your paradigm, thinking that you have to work many hours. If the paradigm does not change, ultimately the results will remain much the same from one year to the next. And even with the relationships, with everything. So again, it's not about working more. It's not about putting more hours in. It's not about working harder. It's about changing the paradigm. So if you're going to put work into something, so to speak, put it into changing the paradigm. So that's what we're going to talk about now. I have to speak a little bit faster because it's already 11:22. So how to override paradigms and achieve your goals. Whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish with repetition and emotion will one day become a reality. Again, this is really important, what we plant into our subconscious mind. So most of you have gone to lesson 4 already and have seen it. So you know about the secret genie, right? So whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish with repetition. So this is it. It's not enough that we know about this information. We have to get it into the subconscious mind with repetition and emotion. It has to be with feelings, because even if we write the affirmation 1,000 times, if we don't feel what we're writing, it's not going to change anything for us. It just becomes, an exercise for the hand. So emotion will one day become a reality. It has to. This is a law, a universal law. And if we know that, and if we just keep on doing it, we just keep on repeating the right things over and over again, and put emotion into it, it'll have to become a reality. So Bob talks about, okay, so how do we change this paradigm? So we've got positive results and negative results. Now, thinking is neutral. Whatever we think about something, it just, we can think it's positive or negative. It's the thinking that makes it positive or negative. So it can be different for every person. Okay, not just because something is positive to me, it means it's positive to somebody else. Okay, so, but generally you can categorize something from your belief through the filter of your paradigm, if something is positive or negative. I'm sure those Japanese people, though, they do not see it as negative that they use one water for a bath, but to me that's negative. Okay, so Bob is talking about whatever we nurture, what we nourish, it thrives. Okay, so if we give the new idea like repetition and gratitude, it's like watering the plant and it's like fertilizing the plant. If we keep repeating the new idea over and over and over again, it's going to flourish like this one on the right. And eventually the old paradigm, like the left one, it's just going to die out and it's not there anymore. We're a completely new person with a new paradigm. Okay, so the paradigm is what structures a person's logic. This is so important to understand, because what does that mean? So we talked about before how Donald Trump's logic on money is so different from ours, because he thinks that, okay, I'm in debt in millions, so what? I'm going to turn it into billions, right? This is how it happens. So we think in our conscious mind a new idea that we want to execute, we want to become this. All of a sudden we get emotionally involved with it, and the paradigm says, oh, get out of here. You're not going to do that, because you don't have this, then you don't have the money, you don't have the capability, you don't have the whatever excuse it finds. So whenever we find a new idea that we want to execute, all of a sudden the paradigm in the subconscious level says, not going to happen. So we have to be stronger. And that's what it means, that the paradigm is what structures a person's logic. That's why we have different kinds of logics. So as the paradigm changes, the logic will change. So what we really need to do is go to the root of everything and change the paradigm. I love this picture. So Bob was talking about, everybody was telling the Wright brothers that it's illogical. It cannot be done that, they have the kingdom of the being able to fly. And when I saw this picture, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is how our goals are supposed to be like. We have to go outside of the box and think really drastically different so that we can be excited about our goals, something that has never been done before. And when I saw this picture, I thought to myself, what is something that I've done that no one has ever done before? And looking back, that's really what excites me so much, that I didn't care that I wasn't sleeping at all. So I always wanted to be the best mother that I could be. And that's why I attracted the continuum concept and the Doman method, like teaching my kids how to read. Carl could read before before he could speak. He was 10 months old when I started teaching him. So I wanted to teach him something so drastically different that everybody else outside of me was saying, you're crazy. So this fish is crazy in a good way. Okay, so if a person experiences recurring negative results, again, negative results is always an individual thing, okay? It's not the same for everybody. It is important that they understand that the cause of the problem does not lie with the circumstances or conditions. So it's not my husband, it's not my mother, okay? It's not the money that's lacking, because if you just make a decision and you change your paradigm, okay, so it does not lie with the circumstance or condition outside of them. The cause is within. It lies with their paradigm. The amount of money we do and what we're capable of doing, and the way we structure our day, what we use our time for, so what we give importance to, priority to, is it being on this call, or is it, I don't know, whatever, walking with the dog, right? So in order for the individual to make a shift in logic and break out of that box to freedom, understanding, so that's through study, courage and determination is required. So the determination, if you have to have a goal that you fall in love with, that is so important to you, that it will become easy for you to change the habits that you need to change, okay? So this picture on the right, this is kind of how it feels. When somebody has so much momentum of doing the same thing over and over and over again, like watching TV at night, in the evening instead of studying, this is how it feels like, okay? It's like the TV is like, come here, stay here, let's watch. So anyway, so to be able to change those habits, but to become free for the rest of our lives, we have to have understanding, courage, and determination. So the more we understand, the less courage we need, because we have understanding, because we understand how it works. So what do you need courage for? It's not blind faith, it's faith through understanding, okay? So this generally only happens with the assistance of a coach or a mentor. And that is because, somebody can see further, or this person gets to see outside of the box that you are contained in. That's why it's so important to have a coach or a mentor for the rest of your life. Like, same with me. Definitely. I'm always studying, always, always, always. So Bob always talks about you have to impress it in your subconscious mind. We keep on hearing it. And I was thinking, how can I put it into picture? Because again, we think in pictures. If we don't have a picture of something, we cannot change it because we do not understand it. So this is what I saw. Impress, okay? This guy is trying to impress this girl, not force, impress. And this is how we would want to see the conscious and the subconscious mind, okay? So let the guy represent the conscious mind and the girl the subconscious, okay? The guy has to find a way to kind of make the girl fall in love with the idea of being with him. So make the subconscious fall in love with the idea of the new idea that you've generated that you want for your life. So again, let the man be the conscious mind and the woman the subconscious mind, okay? So after after the guy trying to impress the subconscious with a new idea, hey, what do you think about this new idea? Making my yearly income into a monthly income. How about that idea? You have to impress the subconscious mind, and you have to do it through repetition until the woman or the subconscious mind feels this way about the new idea. That's really how it's supposed to feel like. And once you have the subconscious feel like this about the new idea, you're off and running, because the subconscious is what attracts, and that's also what makes us do the activity that we need to do in order to get the results that we want to get. So moving to a higher productivity and greater rewards, this is on page 46 of the participant's guide. The reason why I'm emphasizing this is because the first time I did TIR, I kind of did not notice this. Okay, I didn't do it on my first round. And it is such an important thing. So in preparing yourself to move to a new dimension of productivity, totally relax. Relaxing is what aligns you with universal forces. Okay, so it has to be in a relaxed state, not in a hurry, not in a rush, not being fearful, not trying to make things happen. You have to totally relax. You're about to move to begin reprogram your subconscious mind, and the strategy we are suggesting to accomplish this is extremely effective. Your subconscious mind is totally deductive, meaning it has no ability to reject. Okay, so what you are in control of when you keep on repeating to yourself and getting emotionally involved with. And as soon as it gets into your subconscious mind, believe it or not, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter what it is. But you have to really focus in a relaxed way, not trying to make it happen. Again, think about that guy. If the guy is trying to impress a girl, he has to be smooth and suave and not like me, right? If you tell the girl, like me, like the girl's going to hate you. Nothing's going to happen. So you have to find a way to make her fall in love with you. So again, your subconscious mind is totally deductive, meaning it has no ability to reject. It will accept whatever you impress upon it as reality, regardless of whether it is imagined or real. So isn't that incredible? Like, the subconscious mind will think that it's what you're serving if it's only imagined. Okay, all true professionals employ this imaging process, whether they are in sports, in business, or in life generally. We can talk more about this next week because Guy has been researching so much into all the mindsets of the really great athletes, okay? It's really about the mindset. So visualize a funnel of lavender energy flowing into the crown of your head, and really do this, okay? It's not about reading this. It's really about doing what it says, and do this exercise. Okay, so circulating through your head and down into every area of your body. As this energy freely flows to and through you, circulating into every molecule of your being, let your body become very light. Okay, really make it feel light as you can, like a feather. Mentally envision yourself already in possession of the results that you desire. So you have to be sure about the results that you want to desire. I mean, if you don't have a goal that you're working towards, there's nothing for you to do with this exercise. So always keep on going back, making sure that is really what you want, whatever it is that you wrote down that you want. The results are as real in your mind as the clothes you are wearing. Really see the picture. Again, do it right now. Have your goal in your mind. Is your goal really clear? Is this really what you want? Does this really excite you? Only you can tell, because this really means nothing. You cannot do this exercise without a goal like that. Okay, so change habits. Only one or two at a time. This is so important, okay? Because or else you will just give up. Robert Russell says, habit is God's way of making good automatic in our life. So when you have good habits, everything is automatic and everything is good if you have good habits, right? So it's really worth changing those habits into whatever you prefer. So outward change comes after we change from within. And that's really how it is. We have to change from within. There will never be a change on the outside definitely not permanently if we don't change from the inside. I've told this story before, but it is a really good one to tell again. It's such a beautiful story. So I know somebody who has gone through TIR, and her transformation was really incredible. She was a hairdresser, cutting hair, and there is a ceiling to what you can earn doing that. And now, after doing TIR and really making it a priority and really living it and really getting emotionally involved and having made the decision and thinking big, and these are lots of things that you got to do. You got to make a decision. You got to think big. You got to be clear about what you want. You got to get emotionally involved, all these things. But then she was able to transform her life that she's now driving a Ferrari. We can be, do, and have anything that we want, really. And everything that you need to know is here with TIR. Just study it and ask questions when you need to ask questions to understand things better, to be able to do things better. Okay, so reality can destroy the dream. Why shouldn't the dream destroy reality? So just let your dominant thoughts be about your dreams. The past 2 days, I've been analyzing my thoughts like an outside third person. And I just noticed, like, oh my goodness, like, paradigms are coming out now through the new baby. And it was funny about the NPAs and the PAs. And I was thinking, okay, so we're supposed to change the non-productive activities to productive activities, right? What's happening to me right now? Am I changing my productive activities to non-productive activities? Because all I do, well, it's not all I do, but I do it a lot in the day, change diapers and breastfeed, right? And then I thought to myself, you know what? No, it is a productive activity because my goal was to have a baby, right? So this is a productive activity. Again, it's just lesson 5 is about perception. So this is my productive activity for now.
Darling,
yeah.
You don't just do that all day. Come on. There's no way you just do that.
I changed it. I said to a lot. I didn't say only.
Good.
And thank you for your help, sweetheart. Yeah. So it was really an aha moment for me to understand that, wow, something that might have been a non-productive activity for me when my goal was more of the, I want to make this kind of money, And I was thinking of how blessed I am to actually just have a baby. There's so many people out there trying, doing all sorts of things just to get a baby. And we just had a baby, it was even a surprise, a wonderful surprise that we wanted to have. So really think about, are your productive activities and non-productive activities, is it taking you to where your heart wants to take you? Or is it in accordance to what you think, what your paradigm is telling you is a productive activity or non-productive activity? Okay, there is a huge difference. Does anyone want to ask me something about that? Is that clear? Because I want to make that really, really clear, because a lot of the times we beat up on ourselves for not being productive. And that's what we think, we're not being productive, when actually we are, because we're living the life that we wanted to live. You guys all good?
Well, Hildy, I have a question about this.
Sure. I love it. Okay, go.
So I think if I think about productive, I'm just really realizing that when we understand that we don't have to know the how, we just have to live from the end result, or know that it's coming, as long as we study and as long as we raise our vibration and become more harmonious with what we want to create. I think it's really about the productivity. When we think this is the how, that's really not the how. Meaning you do not know how it's going to unfold. And I think that is the biggest, I would say almost the biggest challenge I have still every day with my mind, of trying to understand the how, still catching myself, looking at the how, whereas actually I just have to know that it's already done and just follow my intuition, which is not my program. My intuition is completely different from the part of me that's worrying and that's always judging myself, not being, you didn't do this enough, you haven't reached this goal yet, blah, blah, blah. And the other part of me is just feeling good and just trusting and manifest things like I'm in a hotel, right? I manifested going on a free 5-star resort trip in Ibiza, and then 2 weeks later I'm going to be in Bali. But literally things like I'm meeting all these hotel owners, and some of them come to me and then they ask me what I do, and I give them a brochure of our products, and they say, oh, I'm going to give your brochure to this aesthetic surgeon that I know who's a friend of mine. You know, these things, like, how can you even understand that that's going to happen, right?
know, yeah.
So for me, it's like my understanding of productive has really changed in terms of what is productive and how my mind thinks about productivity, and how I'm now learning what productivity is, which is really being in harmony with what we want to create, and knowing that this universe is extremely abundant. We just have to accept it and allow it in and trust it.
Yes. And a lot of other things. For example, we were taught that, you know, if you have 10 and you give out 7, all you've got left is 3. So that's what we think about money as well. So we're like trying to hold on and keep the money to ourselves, you know. But the reality is, the more we allow it to flow, the more we give it out, the more comes back, you know. So, yeah, those are crazy things. I mean, things that we would not know if nobody would teach us, right? So
No.
you're so right. I mean, about the most important part is really understanding. And when we talk about lesson 4, it will become more clear. But really, when I found these pictures about how to explain about the impressing upon, and the like the man with the woman, the conscious impressing the subconscious, and then once the subconscious is in love with this new idea, you're just off and running, and that's when the law of attraction kicks in, you know, in your favor, and you get the results that you want. It's so easy, it's so simple, that then again our paradigm is saying, how can it be that simple? What a battle, right?
Yeah.
So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have here? So I have a reminder for you guys. You have the talent and tools to experience one beautiful day after another. That is, in fact, what the architect of the universe had in mind for you when you were, well, created. So what this means, for most people, their paradigm says that, you know, I'm done with the prime of my life. I'm already too old. I'm already whatever. You know, I don't have as much time until the day I die, and we're just going to, you know, I don't even want to go there, but you know what what the thoughts are about people, how they're aging, when in fact we've got the talent and the tools to experience one beautiful day after another. Can you imagine a life where tomorrow is more beautiful than today? So Guy and I have decided that what we're going to tell Eliza every day is that today is the most amazing day of our lives. You know? And just to say that every day, tomorrow is even better than today. And we're just going to enjoy today to the maximum. And that's really what's in store for us. And it's so beautiful to hear people like Louise Hay, you know, who has been living this mindset and just, you know, dying in her sleep. You know, it's so beautiful. Okay, so let me just check the chat box if there's anything that, if you have questions and say, oh, Gabriela's back. Yay! Rob, what's this? So in fact, you have to do the same as what is happening to the baby in lesson 2, correct? What do you mean by this question? I hope you can speak. That you typed into this chat box? Okay, maybe you cannot speak. The same as what's happening to the baby.
And now?
Okay, perfect, wonderful. What do you mean by this question?
It was about the paradigms were talking about, and
Yeah.
in lesson 2,
Yeah.
the newborn baby, with the first 3 months, only the unconscious part is, all the things around are fitted in the unconscious mind. So I'm wondering, you have to kind of reprogram that
Um,
to in this training.
so what do I have to reprogram? Sorry, can you?
You unconscious mind.
My unconscious mind. I have to reprogram it.
We have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have to do it. And
Yeah.
what's interesting is that we have to keep on reprogramming it. Like it's a, so to speak, a never-ending story, because it just gets better and better and better and better. Like, for example, Guy and I did, just before Aliza was born, we had a test drive, a Tesla, the X type model. Like, oh my god, like it was so it was so beautiful, because also we didn't ask for it. They told us to have a test drive. So that means that we've reprogrammed our minds in such a way and acted in such a way that it is easy for us to pay for that car, which it is, So they were the ones, the response from the outside was that, hey, you got to test drive this car. We weren't begging to test drive the car. They told us to test drive the car, right? So when you have a goal, whatever goal it is, you have to act as if, like, how would this person act if they had the money to do this? How would this person act if they were already, this famous person that they want to be, right? So how would this person think? And and we're just getting better and better. And now on Thursday, we're going to test drive an R8, Audi R8. It's so exciting. So it's about astonishing ourselves, right? So maybe, Christine, you're on, right? You're on now. I showed the picture of your diving. Can you tell us about how it felt for you and where that came from? Because I was telling them that you grew up in a family that.
Hello.
Hi. You grew up in a family
Can
of
you hear
travel
me?
agents. Yes.
Mm.
Can you tell us about how long you've been wanting to
Go ahead, sorry.
dive, and that it was you hit the terror barrier and did it anyway, and how was the feeling of it?
Sure. So I've been wanting to dive maybe for the past 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and um, had the chance to actually do, or I didn't have reason or something. Like I knew there was a desire for it, but um, on my calendar in March that I would do the induction dive, but I never got to do it. Later on, in I think a month ago, a friend of mine posted a photo that she went diving, and then I asked her if I told her I wanna join her next time, and then she actually lined up everything for me. She told me there's an event this day. Make sure you do the dive this day, and she would do the follow-ups for me and connect me to the right people. So I didn't have to do anything. And so I up, and then during I did the pool session. I actually hit the turbine. I was like, what am I getting myself into? Like, what the hell is all of this? Very new. You have to use equipment. You need to breathe using the air and the gun. So I did the course, and finally I went this weekend, last Saturday, and oh my goodness, the most magical feeling ever. It's a different world altogether, and it's really, really, I cannot express. You can feel it. I think you can feel how I feel, but wow, it's something that person if you do it.
Wow, you know, there are a lot of things that I like about your story because you've put it in your calendar. You made an intention, but it doesn't matter that it didn't happen in March. But look at the alignment and look at how everything just fell into place, and you just knew that this was it because it already fell into your lap, right? So I love that, and I also love that. Now you are so used to, because most people when they reach a certain age, it's different for every person, but they just think that that's life and that's how life is going to be till the day they die. Right. But with you now, with what you've been experiencing, you just know that you're living this thing about, it's in a constant unfoldment of realizing of how wonderful and how much more wonderful life can be. You are experiencing new things and again new things and again new things that were off your radar screen for a while, but it's just coming to you and you're just saying yes to it, right? Okay, I think the connection is not that good, but this is exactly what you're living. This, like you experience one beautiful day after another. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so your true core self is passion, joy, and excitement. It indicates your true path. This is what Bajar says. So if you feel lost somehow in the moment, just ask yourself, what am I most excited about? Oh, hello. I can see you, Guy. I don't know if you know it. I can see. Okay, so your true core self is passion, joy, and excitement. It indicates your true path. So in this moment, if you feel that you don't know what your path is, just ask yourself, what is my highest excitement right now? And then do that, because that is your path. And even if it does not seem that it'll take you where you want to go, right? For example, like what Angelique was talking about, saying, okay, maybe my paradigm says that contacting this person or doing the follow-up with this person is the way to go. That's what my intellectual mind says. But her highest excitement is to go to this restaurant where they have awesome food. And then she told that story about people just giving her brochure to people who are good for her business. See, the highest excitement is always the path. So that's it, guys. Do you have anything else that you want to ask me? Or is there anything you want to share?
Yes, your daughter is very, very hungry.
Okay, then just come here. I can multitask. Guys, anything you want to share?
I'm very happy and grateful for you, Hildy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, yesterday something special happened to me.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was talking to a woman on Facebook, and it was about nothing special. And well, I reacted on. She posted something that she had fear that she's going to do something new in another country and blah blah blah, and it was scary. So I started to talk to her, and she said, "Well, are you a motivational coach? Because you open my eyes." I said, "Well, I'm just an ice cream guy." But it was a very nice experience because it means I'm learning a lot. It is training.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? You say, no, I'm just an ice cream guy. Actually, no, you're not. This is what we're doing. You got to let go of who you think you have been all this time and allow yourself to be who you want to be. Does it excite you to well, you don't have to be a professional coach, but does that excite you to, in a way, coach people?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and about the ice cream, it was just a joke. You know, I made it. It was not serious. She knew it was not serious. But yeah, I love that. And I notice it works in some way.
Wow, wonderful. Yay, you're enjoying life. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Really.
Thank you for sharing.
Can I just add something to what Rob said there?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So he said that it was a joke, but the jokes are not always a joke. It's sort of a subconscious message that he might be portraying to her. Would that?
Yeah. Maybe.
Could that be something as well?
Yeah,
because you know, some people think differently of what ice cream people are, but you're developing and growing really quickly. But I just remember, Hildy, you talked about this, is that when we joke about things, we actually do mean them. Remember you saying that to me once?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that might be true. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So the thing for you really, Rob, to think about is who do I think I've been all this time, and who do I think I am, and who do I want to be, and then start being that person.
Yeah,
Because it's difficult to let go of the thought of who you think you've been all this time, and allow yourself to be somebody else, especially if you want to change professions at a different when you're already a little bit older. Like, for example, with Christine
yeah,
Win last week, she's been in the travel industry. It's so easy for her. She does it in her sleep. But then, she's been wanting to give out retreats. And then like, whoa, oh my God, she really hit the terror barrier there. But then really did a really good job. Now she's transitioning to be so much more than, quote unquote, just be in the travel industry. Even though, I mean, like, their company is one of the biggest in the Philippines, but still it is just a if there's so much more potential within her.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
correct.
cool. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to
Okay.
share like maybe an aha moment of their week, or a question? Gabriella, how was your where were you? Mallorca, right?
Yes, I was in Mallorca. It was really nice because I felt so abundant because I was invited to go there, and I was being spoiled in every way. I was spoiled. We went out for lovely dinners, and I got presents, and we drank a lot of Aperol Spritz, and it was. We laughed a lot, and in Germany people sing, when they get together in the evenings. It's a thing that German people do. They sing. I think it comes from the carnival. I think it stems maybe from the carnival, but have you
Could it be that
experienced?
that's something in the south, in Bavaria?
Yes. But also my friends, they are in Frankfurt, so they do it as well. But
Okay.
you're right. Because they go skiing a lot, and when you ski and you do après ski, and then they all sing, and and this kind of very jolly music, and stupid music, but jolly music. It just makes you feel so good because it's just so funny. And we did that on Thursday, and we were singing, and it was just so wonderful. These 4 men and 2 women were singing, and then the men went to bed, and then Doris and we did skinny dipping in the pool, and I think I caught a really bad cold because of that, but it was really worth it. So it was
your paradigm. You know what, Gabriella, that is a thought very deep in your subconscious mind, that when you do, you associate skinny dipping with getting a cold.
okay.
You think it's an outside circumstance that is happening to you, but that is an indication of your paradigm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it interesting? Everything
That is very interesting.
Everything that happens to you, you created.
I know. I know.
That's
At the moment, I'm not creating good things in my body, but
wait.
No. The highlight I have is, okay, so I'm learning,
Okay.
is, and I made this decision this morning because I hurt my back yesterday, so I went to the chiropractor and things. Anyway, I decided this morning I'm going to take care of my body, and it's priority that I'm going to do that.
Honey, can I tell you something?
Please.
Bob says, let the doctor take care of your body and you take care of your mind.
Ah, wow. Oh my God,
That's
Hildy, I
big.
missed you so much.
Okay, so, and Kevin says 99% is the thinking. So, even with your business, the points that you need to accumulate to get the money that you need, take care of your thoughts, take care of your mind, and let the points happen through the law of attraction. Doesn't matter what kind of business or your body, whatever, anything and everything. Take care of your mind. Okay.
Thank you.
So nice
Thank
seeing from you. Okay, guys, then
So-
have a great week. Wait, let me just check the chat box. Most doctors are wrong. Yeah, that's true. Okay, cool. So I'll catch you again next week.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
day.
You
Thank you, Mrs. Rowley.
Bye, everyone.
I love you
Bye,
all.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
We love you.
Later, alligator.
Ta-da! Ta-da, love. Ta-da, petal.
Ciao. Ciao bella.
See you later.
Adios.